Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Esports Simulation League. It is week number 4 here at sunny Watkins Glen, and boy, do we have a show for you tonight. Casper Hagelscar is going to be starting on the pole in the number 18 machine with Gunny in that 68 starting to his outside. Tyler Vickery in that 02 starting to the inside row number 2 with Frank Wade to his outside in that number 5 machine. Doug Britton in that 84 starting in 5th with Austin Knight to his outside in 6th place. Russell Shoemaker in that 127 starting to the inside row number 4 with Javier Vasquez to his outside. Brian Delp Jr. starting in 9th place in that number 8 machine with the number 9 of Patrick Manning starting to his outside in row number 10. Rhett Sawyer starting in 11th with Rich Pratchard, your current points leader, starting his outside in P12. Rusty Kamoli is starting in 13th with Dylan Herberton in that number 22 machine starting the outside in 14th. Tracy McDaniel in that 107 is starting in 15th with Dustin Sliper starting in 16th. And you can see the rest of your field as they go through the bus stop. Big show tonight, 82 laps. 2 pit stops. Our fuel mileage window is between lap 30 and 35. So look to see some pit stops earlier on in this race when it comes to pit strategy. Because 82 laps, that gives them a good 10 or 12 laps to play around with. So we'll look to see if anybody tries to pull some fuel strategy stuff out of here. I don't expect to see any full course cautions, so we should be green flagged the entire way through this race. And as they come out through the final turn, that pace car is going to look to the safety of pit road, and Casper Hagelscar is going to have the point. There goes the pace car. They're on the loud pedal. Green flag is in the air. We're racing here at Watkins Glen. Looking to go 3 wide already as we go down into turn number 1. Frank Wade dives hard down inside Casper Hagelscar, and he's going to take the lead. What a rocket ship off turn number 1. Frank Wade up to that top spot. Hagelscar is going to hold on to second. We go through the bus stop for the first time. Gunny's still running 3rd in that number 68 machine. Looking hard on Hagelscar's bumper. Nothing in the carousel, but as they exit, he gets a run going down. Look at the outside, not going to be able to do it. He's going to stick his nose back in for this hard left-hand corner. But look at Frank Wade pulling away already in that number 5. He's got a nice gap over Casper Hagelscar. Two seconds already. Going up the hill, you can see the gap there back to second place. Hagelscar now pulling away from Gunny. See if he can catch Frank Wade in that number 5 machine. It is early on in the race, but track position is everything here at these road courses. So the drivers out front looking to get some track position and stay out front of this place. Everyone looking to be mostly single file through the field. Just falling in, a little bit of tire smoke coming out there. I believe that was Austin Knight's machine getting a little aggressive. Tyler Vickery's going to look to his inside. Take a look at the 50 car. Joey Schwinn gets into the 57. And the 343 machine is off the track. That's Jack Brown making one heck of a save. Almost off into the sand, but holds on to it. That 50 is slowing up. Not sure what's going on with Joey's car. He is getting passed by multiple different drivers. Right now he's got the 2. Chris Andrews looking at his inside, coming up on the bus stop. Sends it in there hard, but the Brown in that 343 stays with it and keeps that spot. Hard battling already in the back of the field here. See Eagle Madavian at Cheetos powered Ford. Looking to make a move to the inside of the 48, going through turn number 1. He's going to hold that position, and he's going to get by the 32, Rhett Sawyer, as well, giving 2 spots on the entry of turn number 1 there. We go on board with the 78 is Zach Haldorf. As he looks to the inside of Stallone going through the bus stop. Not going to be able to make it stick there, as Stallone has got the preferred line. Oh, we've got a big wreck here. Everybody's in the grass. Jamie Dobbs in the 91 machine is backwards, and everybody is just running into him. No full course cautions here for this race. That is going to be the demise of a few drivers. I'm sure Jamie Dobbs not having a great start with that number 91 machine being the wrong way on the racetrack. Back out front, Frank Wade still opening a gap. You see Rusty Camoli, Jack Brown was in that incident coming into the pits now. Bobby Leo Moxon, Adam Jones coming into the pits. They were involved in that accident as well. Zero 2 of Tyler Vickery has made his way into 3rd spot, getting past Gunny. Now he is on the move, trying to catch Casper Hagelskar. Five laps now complete here, and Frank Wade is running away with this one. Two totally different Ryans going into turn 1. Oh, and we got a car way off. That's Austin Knight. Totally missed entry to turn number 1 there. Just went in a little too hot and was not able to turn. That is definitely going to hurt his time, as he's going to lose a couple spots due to that problem. Now he got to look like Dylan Hermiton all over his back bumper, looking to make a move. Oh, and we got another car around, and Doug Britton gets hard, and it's Gunny in there. Doug Britton and Dylan Hermiton getting into him off the bus stop. Just looks like he got in a little too hot, got loose, hit the grass, and that's all she wrote. Tough break for that number 68 machine, running in 4th position. well as at 84 and 22 getting into him and getting some damage. We got a car in the grass. Oh, there he goes. He's sideways. Schumacher holds on, and Hagel's car is over in the pit there, pulling back onto the track. Not sure exactly what happened there. Just came into that corner way too hot, broke the tires loose, and off he goes into the wall. He hit that wall pretty hard. Tough break for Casper Hagelscar in that number 18 machine. And we are already seeing here on lap number 6, attrition starting to take into effect. And we aren't even 10 laps into this race. Frank Wade doing what he needs to do, way out in front of everybody now. 3 seconds over Tyler Vickery in the 02 machine running second. Frank Wade running very smooth right now, not very aggressive. Just staying out front and gaining. Vickery 3.5 seconds behind him. Third place, Doug Britton, 14 seconds behind the leader. So Frank Wade definitely opening up a gap. Gunny going around and causing an issue in front of these guys definitely slowed them up quite a bit. Looks like Austin Knight is currently running in fourth still in that number 210 machine, with Brian Delp Jr. rounding out your top 5 in that number 8. Dustin Slater in that number 15 machine has worked his way up 11 positions to P6. So having a good run for that Barber Ford Mustang. Slater working on that number 8 of Brian Delp Jr. looking to the outside in the carousel. Herbertson looking to the inside of Slater. They're going to be side by side as they go into this hard left-hand turn. Herbertson's a little loose but keeps it straight, gets by Slater, move that 22 up another position. He's going to go to work on Brian Delp Jr. Tyler Vickery in that 02 machine. Now within a second of Frank Wade, not sure exactly what happened there. Frank Wade is starting to lose his lead on Tyler Vickery. Might have been that Berto de Moya there slowed him up, being a lap car there, but Tyler Vickery now has brought that gap down to a second, looking to try to change the leader in that 02 machine. Roberto de Moya is going to give him a run for his money, a lap car, looking to the inside, going down the straightaway. Not going to be able to do nothing. Vickery's going to keep out front of that 96 machine, but that 96 is working hard to try to get his lap back. Of our drivers have already come into the pits, be it for an incident or for an early pit stop. One driver still left out on the track without a pit stop so far. Doug Britton, he's running P3 in that number 84 machine. did get into the back of the number 68, but looks like he did not want to come down for any damage. He's going to stay on track in third. We got a bunch of smoke going into the corner. Nobody off. Slider looking to the outside of Delp. Hard battle here between the 8 and the 15 machine. That is a battle for fourth position. Shoemaker battling with Basher Craven. That is a battle for sixth. Basher Craven already got damage to his number 7 machine. I believe Shoemaker's got a little bit of damage on his nose as well. Basher's gonna look to the inside. Hard move. Oh, it's 127's in the grass. The 127 goes around in the bus stop. Craven looks to make a hard move, and the Shoemaker just he loses braking in there, and almost gets into the 7. And on that save from not getting to the 7, he spins it around. Tough break for the 127. Patrick Manning getting pushed to the outside by Basher Craven. Tracy McDaniel trying to get by the number 7 machine, just not able to do it. Looking to the outside, going into turn number 1. There it is. He's going to take that spot away from Basher Craven in that 7 machine. And he's got Patrick Manning on his bumper looking to take that other spot away. Frank Wade still running up front in that number 5 machine, opening up a 2.5 second gap over Tyler Vickery now, and putting some cars a lap down. Having a very solid run this afternoon. Getting out front, staying out of trouble, and just running smooth. Just a little over a third of the way through the fuel run, or the tire run here for these guys. So we should be seeing pit stops here in the next 20 laps or so. Tyler Vickery making his way around the lap traffic. 69, Andretti down a lap early in this one. And Slater has fallen back a few spots. Now in 8th position, looking to fall in the clutches of Rhett Sawyer in that number 32. He's going to look to the outside going into turn number 1. Slider's going to hold that position and prevail, but Sawyer is not giving up on him as he's on his tail. Looks like that number 50 at Joey Schwint is coming to pit road at this time. Lap number 13. David Dunwoody coming in with him. Have to wonder if something might have happened between them two drivers. See Gerald Smith in 16 machine. And everybody is locking their tires up going into the bus stop. No, a couple cars off into the sand trap in the bus stop. I didn't actually see what those drivers were. It looks like the 343, Jack Brown. That looks like the beginning of the race. So what happened to him? Not sure exactly what that was, but we got Frank Wade out front by 12.5 seconds. What a run for that number 5 machine this afternoon. If he keeps driving like that, he's definitely going to put a victory in his win category. But right now, he's just going to drive smooth. Everybody off the track. Another one off the track in front of him. I believe that's the number 48 machine, and he gets right into your leader. Frank Wade runs right into the 48 as he turns out in front of him. Frank Wade heading to the pits. 48 pulling off the racetrack. Frank Wade running his line, and the 48 just turns right into the racing line, right into your leader, sending Frank Wade into the barrier there. Tough break for that number 5 machine, having such a strong run. Now sitting in pit road, Tyler Vickery just gets by him and takes over the lead in that 02 machine. That's going to shuffle things up. Doug Britton is now going to come and be your second place driver. That number 84. Like Tyler Vickery is in some traffic in that 02 machine, getting by. Looks to be the number 50 machine of Joey Swint. Going a lap down, trying to get that lap back. Currently running 2 laps down in that number 50 machine. Diving the inside of the bus stop, not going to be able to make anything happen. But that number 50 car fighting to get his lap back. Will he be able to get by Joey Schwint, or is he going to start pulling away? Coming to the hard left-hander. Both keepers straight, and as they come out of the last corner, is Schwint going to get a run on him? It looks like he is getting a run on your leader. Looking down to the inside as they go down the stripe. They're going to be side by side as they go into turn number 1. Green does the smart thing and just lets him go right on by. Five and a half seconds back to second place, number 84, Doug Britton. The 107, Tracy McDaniel, goes off in the bus stop. Totally missed it and gets off in the grass. Keeps it straight forward though. Another car going off. He does it again. A 107 goes off. Hits the wall. Spinning image of Casper Hagel's car. Just totally missed the turn in. Lost control and sends it into the wall. Tough break for the 107. Dustin Slater in that 15 machine's now worked his way up to 4th position. Rhett Sawyer has moved his way up to 5th. Andrews there in that number 2 machine, just outside the top 5. And the 88 Eagle Madavi goes around on the bus stop, makes contact with the wall. Once again, just misjudging the entry of the corner. And that's where you end up, in the wall on the outside. Now stuck, not able to get back on the racetrack for the moment. Another car off, I believe that was Dustin Slater off into the... No, it was not Dustin Slater. It was another white car we seen. Could have been the number 17 machine, Javier Vasquez. We just seen a driver go off into the sand pit there. Roberto Moya flirting with that sand pit, keeping her straight. See Dylan Herbertson coming out of the pits. Only 12 drivers on track that have not pitted yet, and we are on lap 16. It's a tough start for some of our drivers here at Watkins Glen. Tyler Vickery, your current leader. 20 laps completed. 62 more laps to go. Another 10 laps or so before we get some pit stop action, or scheduled pit stop action. You see Doug Britton just running in second, trying to chase down Tyler Vickery. No one around him right now to slow him down, just cruising. 8.5 seconds back from the leader. So Vickery still has a very large lead, but Britton is cutting it down now 7.5 seconds as he comes down the front straightaway. On board with Patrick Manning as he makes a great bus stop here as he goes to the carousel here. Just perfect line for that number 9 machine, currently running in 3rd position, avoiding a lot of incidents in front of him, up 8 positions from where he started, but he is almost 18 seconds back from your leader. So trying to play catch up in that number 9, but at the same time trying to stay on the racetrack. As we've seen, it's been so hard to do here so far this afternoon. Doug Britton has that lead down to 7 seconds now. Is he going to be able to do anything in pit stops to gain that up? So wait and see. But on the racetrack, he is gaining on Vickery. Everything fairly quiet on the racetrack so far. Take a look at Chris Andrews, your fast mover of the race right now, up 24 spots from his original starting spot, running P6 right now, trying to chase down number 32 of Rhett Sawyer there just in front of him in 5th. 27 seconds behind the leader at the moment, with Berto de Moya coming up on his rear end. That's a lap car of the 96, looking to his inside on the bus stop. Not going to be able to do it, but he might just want to let this 96 go. He is all over his bumper, could slow him down. You see Rocco Stallone in that number 44 machine, currently running P7 behind Chris Andrews. You see Austin Knight in the picture there trying to chase him down. Last year's points champion, currently running 8th place here at Watkins Glen. now between Zach Halldorf and Jack Brown. Brown is a lap down. Halldorf just trying to hold him off. With them fresh tires looking down the inside, and he's gonna squeal them tires because he's gonna keep it straight though going through the bus stop, but a very aggressive move by Brown to get past Halldorf. We see Gerald Smith in that number 31 machine. I haven't really talked about him much. He's a rookie this year in the Cup Series, having his first season and currently running 10th here at Watkins Glen, taking advantage of some poor fortune for some other drivers, staying out of trouble, and now currently in the top 10 for that number 31 machine. Currently 50 seconds behind the leader. But overall, keeping that Cheetos powered Ford clean and out of trouble. Last car on the lead lap. Number 55 of Eric Davis there in the 11th spot. Just holding on as well. Getting ready for pit stops to come around. We are 25 laps into this race. Pit stops will be right around the corner, so we should see some wear on these tires, possible going off tracks and whatnot, so we need to keep an eye out for that as we go back to your leader, the 02 of Tyler Vickery. Frank Wade gets into it with the lap car, puts him out, and now Tyler Vickery out front of all this. As you see the 86 of Rich Pratchard looking to try to get a lap back down to the inside of this hard lap. Not going to be able to do nothing there, but shoves Vickery up high, sticks his nose back in there, not going to be able to get quite there as they go through the last turn and down the front stretch. Pratchard's going to get alongside. Going into turn number 1, going to dive it down deep in there. Going to get that spot and going to get that lap back. Doug Britton slowly but surely reeling in Tyler Vickery. A little short of 7 seconds the gap now. Smoking the tires into the bus stop. Oh, clean through, and Shoemaker is sideways in there. Nice avoid by Britton, but Shoemaker sideways once more in the bus stop. And it looked like it was all by himself, just a bad entry. And hit them gators just a little too hard and spins that 127 machine around. Another tough break for Russell Shoemaker. And as Doug Britton was gaining, Shoemaker spinning in front of him cost him 2 seconds on the racetrack to Tyler Vickery. Tyler Vickery now 8.5 seconds ahead of that 84 machine. Great run for that 02 car this afternoon. And the number 17, Javier Vasquez, flow out of the bus stop. Not sure exactly what happened there. He loses it. Gets into it with Andretti in that 69 machine going into the bus stop side by side. And Vasquez gets put around. Now about to get lapped by the leader. Hard braking. 17 going to the pits. Good luck for Vickery not getting into an incident like Wade did there. It did not cost him any time whatsoever. Now 9.5 seconds ahead of Doug Britton in that number 84 machine. Set himself up very nicely for the upcoming pit stops that are going to be happening. We are on lap number 30, so we should be seeing our first round of pit stops come in very shortly. Would not be surprised if I see anybody come in a little earlier than others, trying to get that fresh rubber in that track position. That comes with fresh rubber. Out of the last corner, Vickery's going to stay on track. Complete lap number 30. 52 more laps to go. In this one, 10 drivers on the lead lap. Eric Davis, your 10th place driver, taking his first pit stop of the day here on lap number 30. Is going to go a lap down there taking that pit stop. But Vickery is going to have to come in sooner or later. So will that give Davis a little bit of advantage? Gain him some time, we'll have to see. Vickery is coming up on a lot of lap traffic. Zach Haldorf is in the pits in that number 78 machine. As he comes out of the turn, here comes Tyler Vickery, your leader, coming to pit road, lap number 32. Doug Britton coming to pit road as well. Patrick Manning all coming to pit road. Looks like almost everybody coming to pit road. Dustin Slater coming to pit road. Chris Andrews coming to pit road. Brett Sawyer coming to pit road as well. So I would not be surprised if I see Austin Knight hit pit road this time by as well. Him and Rocco Stallone, the only two drivers yet to come down pit road. You see Vickery coming out, Austin Knight now coming onto pit road himself. Vickery pulling away. And there it is, Rocco Stallone coming in as well. So first round of pit stops for your leaders has commenced, lap number 32 with 50 more laps to go. Oh, and we've got a wrecking driver in the bus stop. That's the number 7 of Basher Craven. Right in front of your leader. Gets loose and gets into the wall. Vickery gets by no problem. Vickery coming up on Delp Jr. Makes the pass on the outside. Now with fresh tires, does Doug Britton catch Vickery, or does Vickery pull away from Britton? Britton's stuck behind Dylan Herviton at the moment. Up the hill through the S's they go. Britton's got him. He's going to keep moving and marching forward. Lost a little bit of time there. Now 9 seconds separating the two. Battle on the racetrack for third place. Patrick Manning and Dustin Slater. Manning trying to hold off Slater in that 15 machine. He's moved up 13 spots from his original position and looking to make it more. As Jamie Dobbs is in the way, gonna go to the inside. Looks like that 91 is going to be taking a pit stop here. No, he's not. He's just going to slow down hard through the last turn there. Enough to give Slater a possible run on Manning going down the front stretch. They go side by side into turn number 1. They also have Brown in front of them, and that 343 machine a little slow coming out of turn number 1. Going up the hill, it's going to bunch everybody up behind that 343 machine. Slater's going to look down to the outside, going to think twice of it. Now Patrick Manning going to go to the inside, into the bus stop. Great move. Slater follows right on by. Gets past the 343. Trying to navigate lap traffic. '64 holds up Slater. Rusty Camoli getting in the way. Slater finally clears him. But Manning has gotten a good 4 car lengths away in front of him now. Slater's sliding through the corner. Keeps it straight. Gains a little ground on Manning. Not going to be able to do it as Patrick Manning pulls a little further away. After that round of pit stops, more drivers going a lap down. Currently 8 drivers left on the lead lap. Check that, make that 7 drivers left on the lead lap. Rocco Stallone is the last car in the lead lap in that number 44 machine. Austin Knight is the first car a lap down in the 210. Well, we got a minute here. 36 laps complete. Looks like we got a car off. That's Patrick Manning, your third place driver, having some issues. Breaks some tires loose and goes skirting off. Does he get into the wall or does he keep it off? Looks like he keeps it off the wall, but he's facing the wrong way. He's definitely going to lose a few spots to Chris Andrews and Red Sawyer. Goes way wide in turn number 1 now as well. Something might be wrong with that number 9 machine. Move Chris Andrews in that number 2 up to 4th place. He is our fast mover of the race. Over 20 spots gained so far in the race for that number 2 machine, looking to make it a few more. He now sets his sights on the number 15 of Dustin Slider, who's running in 3rd. While we have a little gap in the action, we're going to let you guys hear these sights and sounds of Watkins Glen. As we come back to the action, you see Brian Delp Jr. all over the bumper of Doug Britton. Brian Delt Jr. hasn't pitted since lap 14, is now lap 40. He should be coming to pit road here fairly soon. But Brian Delt Jr. currently running in 31st position. So not doing very much for him, as now you see Britain pulling away. Something must have happened with Doug Britton, as Brian Delt Jr. caught him fairly fast. I didn't see anything actually happen to 84, but must have missed a braking zone as Brian Delt Jr. catches him one more time. Very strong ride for Brian Delt Jr. Just found himself in a tough spot early on in the race. Doug Britton still trying to chase down Tyler Vickery in the 02 machine. 11 seconds behind now. Chris Andrews, our fast mover, has moved up 27 spots up to 3rd position. A really awesome run for the number 2 machine, and looks like Javier Vasquez once again losing it in the bus stop. This time he does get into the wall. See if that causes any issues for the number 17 machine. Back to Chris Andrews. Nice to see him. It is his rookie year here in the NASCAR series as well. And doing a pretty good job here at the Watkins Glen road course. Running 3rd place and crossing the line. That is halfway. 41 in, 41 more laps to go. So having a great run as we come across the halfway point for that number 2 machine. Take a look at the number 32 machine of Rhett Sawyer, currently running 4th. Take a look back now to 29th position, 10 laps down. Frank Wade in that number 5 machine. We're checking in to see how he's doing. Had a great run at the beginning of this race. Led a good 20 laps to this race. And got caught up with a lap car. Sent him to pit road. Now currently 10 laps down. But he's been on pit road since lap 15, so we'll have to see him come in for the pit stop here shortly. Tough break for that number 5 machine running in 29th. Looks like he's racing there with Rusty Camoli in that number 64 machine. Those are not for position. New paint scheme for that number 64 machine this year. Like Dustin Slater out of the top 10 now currently on pit road in that number 15 machine. exactly sure what happened to him. We go. Looks like the 17. All the 55's losing it now. Eric Davis was running in the top 10. Now down to 30th position, 11 laps down. Not exactly sure what happened to that 55 machine, but a tough break for them. Now racing side by side with Antoine Bernoulli in the one machine. See Doug Britton running second. Oh, we're going to move over to Rocco Stallone, currently running sixth. Our last car on the lead lap. Only 6 drivers on the lead lap now. Rocco Stallone is the last man there. Having a great run for that 44 machine, up 12 spots from his original starting spot. He is 55 seconds behind the leader, so he's got about another 20 seconds back to the leader, so he's going to have to put the loud pedal on, or he could get lapped by the end of this race, just by sheer closeness of the leader behind him. Tyler Vickery just out front, dominating. Looks like that's Austin Knight coming up behind him, trying to get a lap back. Austin Knight 2 laps down in 9th position. But if he gets that lap back, there are 2 drivers in front of him that are 1 lap down that he can try to gain spots from. So it would help that 210 machine. Running in the top 20 right now in points as of last week. So looking to have a good strong finish. We've seen what that 210 machine can do in the last 50 laps of a race. So don't count him out quite yet. Still in the top 10. Oh, and we've got a slow car in front of our leader. He misses him, but it's a 92 of Bobby Leo Moxon. Slowing way down. That allows Austin Knight to catch Tyler Vickery. But Vickery puts it in hard between Bobby Leo Moxon and Austin Knight. Javier Vasquez follows him through and is now all over Vickery's tail. Jamie Dobbs dives it in hard into turn number 1. not going to do anything for him against Vickery, but he is going to get Vasquez. Big thing here at Watkins Glen for these drivers before the race, during the race, is no mistakes. We've seen all the different mistakes that have been made by the drivers all by themselves. We haven't really seen any car-to-car contact or wrecking or accidents that were not caused from driver mistake, and we're seeing how well these drivers are doing up front here. These top 6 drivers making it through issues, keeping it straight, and staying on the racetrack has been very key. And Tyler Vickery in that number 2 car, the 02, is proving it. Way out in front of the field right now. And he is off. And as I say that, he's making a mistake, spinning out. Showing me that he's a lap down now. Must be in the pits, totally missed it. Tyler Vickery goes off. And now Doug Britton, the driver, as I was saying, no mistakes. Keeps his line, keeps her straight. But a tough break for the 02 of Vickery as he loses it all by himself. And now Doug Britton has been waiting patiently in second. Now takes the lead with Chris Andrews 7 seconds behind him. Five drivers now on the lead lap. Andrews there battling with Bernoulli. Andrews does have a little bit of damage on his car, but doesn't seem to be hurting him. Andrews currently gaining on Doug Britton, getting to be almost 5 seconds the gap between 1 and 2 now. I have to keep a track on that. Let's see how that goes. Bernoulli gets the best of Andrews going into the last turn. That's going to slow that number 2 machine down just a little bit. But still gaining 3 seconds now the gap. There you see the gap between Doug Britton, 3 lap cars, and Chris Andrews, 2nd place. So now we are starting to get to where we're going to have a race here. Andrews is catching Doug Britton. Last thing these drivers pitted was lap number 32. We are about to complete lap 51. So we are now in the fuel and tire window for the rest of the race, as we have 31 laps to go. I don't see any takers to pit road yet. So we'll have to see when these guys decide to come take some tires and get that last tank of fuel. Chris Andrews catching Doug Britton at 2.5 seconds. Now the gap. Antoine Bernoulli, a lap down car, running very hard with Andrews. See Doug Britton leading the race. As he comes across the stripe, it's going to be 30 to go. And just behind him, 3 cars back, the number 2 machine. Coming for the lead. There goes Berto de Moya, locking up the brakes, going hard into turn number 1 to get by your leader. Britton's going to look to his outside, but he's not going to have anything there as they go up the hill and through the S's. Andrews caught behind Bernoulli, trying to make it through this lap traffic to get to the 84 machine. Oh, and the 17 was sideways once again. And it looks like he went towed to the pits. Tough break for Javier Vasquez once more. Andrews having trouble with lap traffic. Now starting to lose time on Doug Britton. See Jack Brown getting passed by your leader. Gap opening up now between Britton and Andrews. Lap cars becoming a factor. Andrews has gotten by Bernoulli. Now needs to work on Andretti, and there you see Jack Brown going off the racetrack there. Getting stuck in the sand trap, and Andrews looking to get around Andretti. Locking the tires up going into turn 1, but he's going to get by. Can he catch Doug Britton one more time? We will have to see what he does. We are down to 4 drivers on the lead lap. Doug Britton running in first, Chris Andrews in second, Rhett Sawyer in third, and Rocco Stallone rounding out your top 4, all on the lead lap. Tyler Vickery is in 5th. Was leading this thing. Now currently 5th place, 1 lap down. And there's Eagle Madavi there sideways on the racetrack. The real focus is here on Doug Britton, number 84. Still getting by lap traffic. And staying mistake-free this entire race. It's got him up front. There you see Berto de Moya looking to try to get a lap back in that 96 car. Currently running 11th, 3 laps down. Don't think we forgot about Chris Andrews, still 3 seconds back, trying to work through lap traffic. Catch up to that 84 machine. He's just gotten by Bobby Leo Boxen just a few laps ago. And is now currently working on getting up to Berto de Moya and Doug Britton. But he has gotten past that lap traffic and is on a move. And as I say that, he almost loses it. Holds on. What a drive by Chris Andrews. About lost it in the bus stop. With a quick correction, saved it and kept her going straight. But now he's got the 92 of Bobby Leo Moxon on his tail. Moxon's not going to make a move quite yet. Bobby Leo Moxon dives it in real hard. Gets the spot, but doesn't have the drive off like Andrews does. And that is going to give him a little bit of space. Still about 3 seconds the gap. Only 1 lap car in between them at this time. But that 92 machine is not giving up as it gets a little loose. Bobby Leo Moxon currently running in 12th position, trying to get by Andrews, who's running in 2nd. Trying to chase down the number 84 of Doug Britton. Ran in 2nd place for a lot of the race here, and just got lucky. Popped up into the lead and has been smooth sailing ever since. Getting to come up on our 2nd round of pit stops. We'll have to see what happens, but Chris Andrews is currently reeling him in, running in 2nd, and that's the story we've been following. Andrews has gotten by most of the lap traffic that was in between them, but currently is battling with Bobby Leo Moxon, trying to keep that 92 machine behind him. And Andrews goes off the track. Overdrives the corner and into the sand pit. He's going to loop it around, trying to keep it off the wall. And that's going to give Doug Britton a massive lead over Rhett Sawyer. There you see Rhett Sawyer in the number 32 machine. Got another car going off the track. That's Tyler Vickery going off track again, getting in the wall. Three cars left on the lead lap. Doug Britton, Rhett Sawyer, and Rocco Stallone holding on in that number 44 machine. Slow and steady winning the race for that number 44. 84 just holding on. 2 leads so far. Crazy how the race has gone. Our original leader, Frank Wade, led about 20 laps or so and got into contact with a lap car. About 20 laps later, Tyler Vickery gets in contact. And now we've got Doug Britton leading for just about 20 laps. Can he hold on for the last 20 here to go? We still got one more round of pit stops coming for these drivers. You see Basher Craven moving up on Britton, trying to get a lap back. Number 7 is just on pit road about 20 laps ago as well, so he has got a little bit fresher tires than that number 84 machine. He's going to dive to the inside of the bus stop. Not going to be able to make the line work. Oh, maybe he is. DeMoya flies in. Almost gets into the back of the 84 machine. They stay clean and green through the corner, but what a dive by Berto DeMoya. Britton and Craven still battling as they come through that chicane out of the carousel. And Britton's going to get it. Britton's going to go off track. Britton is going to lose it. He's going to go off track, and he's going to get into the wall kind of hard. We'll see if he keeps it on track. That could bring it into Rhett Sawyer's hands. I just mentioned, been seeing leaders out front for about 20 laps. Is Britton staying on track, or is he going in the pits? looks like Doug Britton is in the pits. So Rhett Sawyer is going to take the lead here. With 20 more laps to go. See Rhett Sawyer, our leader, and Chris Andrews, our one car a lap down, or our first car a lap down, trying to fight for his lap back. Easily going to get it going into turn number 1. So that's going to make us have 4 cars on the lead lap. As long as he can hold it as Rhett Sawyer comes powering by one more time. Great exit power out of turn number 1 as they go up the hill. Looks to the inside again. Is he going to dive hard into the inside of the school bus? Oh, the bus stop. He tries. Sawyer's still there. They keep it straight. Beating and banging with the leader is Andrews. Still the fast mover of the race, running 4th position, a lap down, but 26 spots up from where he started. So still a great run for that 2 machine, even though they're a lap down. Side by side as they go to turn number 1. Sawyer has the advantage on the exit. He's going to once again power way up the hill. Andrews not giving up. He wants that lap back. Trying hard on the bumper of Sawyer. And Sawyer's coming into the pit road for his next pit stop. Lap number 65. Your leader's coming to pit road. Rocco Stallone running in 2nd. Did not come and take the pit road. Or he's actually 55 seconds behind. We'll have to see if he comes down to pit road. Actually, he pit a lap before on lap 64. So Stallone has already got his pit stop in. Came a lap before Sawyer. Sawyer is back on track. Gained 20 seconds over Sawyer in that lap. Zach Haldorf trying to work on Sawyer. Sawyer on fresh tires should no doubt have no problem taking care of that number 78 machine. He's also on fresher tires as well from lap number 60, so he's got a couple lap older tires. We are back to 3 cars on the lead lap. Chris Andrews is almost in striking distance of Rocco Stallone. We got a car losing it in the bus stop, going off. Chris Andrews currently battling with Jack Brown in the 343 machine. Andrews running third, just needs to stay clean and not make a mistake. He's worked very hard to keep that car in position, and he's went off track once, so he cannot afford to do that again if he wants to hold on to the podium position. A great run for that number 3 machine. Or that number 2 machine, sorry. You see Rocco Stallone and Andretti up in the grass. Not going to be able to do very well with doing that. Makes a slow corner. Stallone gets by him with no issues. Still 36 seconds behind the leader. Not a whole lot of hope for him unless the 32 does something crazy. All he's got to do is hang on and keep it straight. And the 32 can take home the win, but he's got a lot of lap traffic around. Lap traffic could be a cause of issue like we saw with Frank Wade earlier on in the race. To keep an eye on the 32, see what happens. As he goes by Brian Delp Jr. in 8. Doug Britton, after his incident on track, is now running 16th position and is currently still on pit road. We got another car off. It's Earl Andretti off in the bus stop. Right in front of your leader. So that is starting to get treacherous, being in all this lap traffic. But with only 3 cars on the lead lap, kind of hard to not be in lap traffic. As he goes around Shoemaker, who's been a cause of a lot of trouble tonight. Good to see the 32 get around him clean and green. As he comes across the stripe, we have 13 more laps to go. 13 to go for Rhett Sawyer. Rocco Stallone still holding on with that number 44. Second place. And with a race of attrition, to see these drivers holding on as well as they are without any mistakes, it goes to show how that driver is. And Stallone is putting on a show tonight. He was running 10th, and just kind of as people started losing their cars and going off track, he just kind of started picking off spots from that, and now he finds himself P2, just working through lap traffic to the end of the race. Chris Andrews, our fast mover, in third, but back to Sawyer up in the lead. He's got a little bit of clean air in front of him now. He gets a little loose to the bus stop, driving that car very hard. Hopefully not too hard for that 32 team. As the laps start to dwindle down, Antoine Bernoulli looking to the inside. It's going to push the 32 up, but not off, as Sawyer holds on. Looking flawless today. Keeping it all off in the grass he goes. There goes the 32 off track, and he's going off track hard into the fence. That's going to open up the lead. If he goes into the pits, which I'm sure he is going to, that's going to open up the lead for Rocco Stallone, who's currently so far back, he's only going through the bus stop right now. And the 32 trying to get back on track. Not able to do it. Now moving. Tough break for Sawyer. As he's going to go. He's going to stay on track. The 32 will stay on track, but will Stallone be able to catch up to him now after that incident? He's just now passing the accident avoidance or accident area. You see Patrick Manning and Doug Britton there racing side by side behind him. Manning is running in fourth. The lead down now to 11 seconds. An amazing recovery to stay in the lead by the number 32 of Rhett Sawyer. We'll have to see if he decides to come into pits next time by for that, or if he actually stays out on the track. It looked like he hit that wall fairly hard, but maybe not. Maybe it was just a little love tap. Great driving and great recovery by the 32 machine. He's going to stay on track, so looks like not enough damage to keep the 32 out of it. 12 seconds separates him and Rocco Stallone in the 44 machine. The 32 goes back to driving hard up the hill. Less than 10 laps to go now. He is staying a good distance ahead of Rocco Stallone. 12 seconds still the gap. As long as he can keep it straight, he will be your winner. Him and Stallone are pretty even throughout the racetrack. The only thing, the difference is the lap traffic. Sawyer's got a bunch of cars in between him and a bunch more in front of him. Gains on Stallone that lap by a second. You see Chris Andrews putting a very strong third place run in for that number 2 machine. 31 seconds behind the leader, battling with Earl Andretti in the 69. We've seen the 69 off the track a couple times this afternoon. And we've got Brian Delp Jr. going in the grass in front of your leader, keeps it on track, but them right sides were in the grass going into the corner. Definitely not a place you want to be. We cross the stripe. 7 more laps to go for Rhett Sawyer. And Sawyer gets loose, going through the bus stop, holds on to it, all the while gaining over Rocco Stallone, running second. 13.5 seconds now separate the two, and quite a few lap cars. Coming out of the last turn and down the front stretch. Rhett Sawyer's going to cross the stripe with 5 more laps to go. Still gaining over Rocco Stallone in second. Chris Andrews still holding on to third in that number 2 machine, 30 seconds back. But Rhett Sawyer's got clean racetrack in front of him. Brian Delp Jr. behind him, putting on just enough pressure to keep him looking in the mirror. Far enough behind that he's not going to do any problems. Sawyer gets through the bus stop one more time. Only a few more laps to go for this 32 machine. And what a finish he's been putting on. Goes off the racetrack with 10 laps to go. And has enough of a lead to pull back on and to keep going. Just gotta drive smart and stay on track for the last 4 more laps. Still gaining on Stallone, now 15.5 seconds. Back to second place. Stallone must have caught that lap traffic and is now stuck behind them. Laps ticking down for Sawyer. Still 15 seconds separates him and Stallone. Three more laps around Watkins Glen for Sawyer, and he will be crowned the champion here. Watkins Glen is a really tough track to get around without making a mistake. He made one and still prevailed. As long as he can last 2 more laps. As he comes across the stripe, the popsicle sticks are in the air. 2 more laps to go. All by himself, track is clear. Nothing in Sawyer's way, but maybe a lap car. As he gets through one of the toughest parts of the track, he's only got to go through it one more time. It's not where he wrecked though. He wrecked up here in the final 2 turns. Luckily, he was able to keep it straight. Can he keep it straight through there a couple more times? Didn't lock him up. Great line through the corner there. White flag is going to be showing to him. One more lap to go for Rhett Sawyer and that number 32 team. We've got the white flag. He's going to come up to the bus stop one more time. Great entry. Holds it nice and smooth, nice and careful. Onto the carousel he goes. Driving a lot smoother than he has on any other lap. Definitely not pushing that car hard. The lap car is not going to become a factor for him. As he comes through the left-hander. We're going to come out at the final turn. Checkers are going to be in the air. Your Week 4 winner here at Watkins Glen, the number 32 ET Speedworks Chevrolet. That is Rhett Sawyer taking home the checkers after a fantastic finish. Rocco Stallone coming out of the last turn of that number 44 machine. He's going to have a podium spot. P2 for Rocco Stallone. And a great run for that team. And Chris Andrews loses it coming out of the last turns. He is backwards. Can he get that thing straightened out before Patrick Manning gets around and by? And no, he is going to tow back to the pits. Not sure exactly what's going to happen with Chris Andrews now wrecking one more time on the last lap. Going to leave the third place spot open to Patrick Manning. But the big story today is your winner, the number 32 right there, Rhett Sawyer. Putting in one heck of a run. Loses it with 10 to go and somehow holds on to the victory. For everybody here at the Esports Simulation League, thank you for coming out and joining us tonight. And we will see you next week when we go Week 5 racing in Atlanta.